Hello everybody, this is the 8th part of operating system programming. The topic we have today is system calls. So let's start. Okay, before starting system calls, let's answer a simpler question, that what is a function call? So I assume that if you're taking this course, you must be familiar with any basic programming language. And if you are familiar with any programming language, then you must know that what is a function call. I'll just quickly review it for you. So if you write a function in your program and you call that function somewhere at some point in your program, you call it a function call. Also, if someone has written some function definition in some library and you are using that library in your code and calling that function using the features of that function, then we also call that a function call. For example, printf is a function that has its definition written in the library stdio.h. Also, we have another function, a very famous function, getch. Its definition is written in the library conew.h. So these are different functions, and every function call actually performs one or more system calls. Okay, what does a function call give to us? Like, what does it actually do? It actually provides us different features or different functionalities that we want to use. For example, printf provides us with the screen. We access the screen, the terminal, where we write something, right? So it gives us access to that. So actually that function call is not powerful enough to give you the access to the screen, because the access to the screen the screen is actually a resource that can only be allocated by the operating system itself, the kernel itself. So function call does not have the power to give you that. It actually, in turn, makes more system calls. So every function call performs one or more system calls. Those system calls are actually calls to the kernel itself, and then the kernel gives those resources to us. So we'll see the definition in detail, and then we'll understand it better. Right? So this was just an overview. Let's see its definition. So a system call is actually a call into the kernel code. It is actually a direct call to the kernel, right? And let's break this definition into 4 different steps, 4 different parts, so that you understand it better. Number 1 is, what is a system call? System call is actually a call which directly calls the kernel code, and then it does something for it. Okay. Number 2, how is it performed? It is typically performed by executing an interrupt. Interrupt means that let's understand it like this. Let me get a pointer. For example, this was your program, right? So it was running. These are some code lines, and maybe it was on this point. While running, it was at this point, right? When you perform some system call. So what will happen is an interrupt will be generated. That means this code will be stopped here. It will be paused, right? It will be paused here. And then what will happen? Step number 3, part number 3. The interrupt that has been caused, it will cause the kernel to take over and perform the requested action. For example, you performed a system call that you were asking the kernel to give you the screen or give you some resource. So the kernel will do your work, it will take over, it will perform that requested action, and then in the 4th part, it will hand that control back to the application. That means, the 4th part means that after the kernel has done your work, has done whatever you asked it to do, has done what that system call does, after then, the control will be handed back to this application and your code will start running again from this point. So actually that code, that program, that process was actually paused. It will be paused at this point, and then after the kernel has done the work, the control will be handed back to the application and your code will start running again from this point. So it will be resumed. That process will be resumed. So this is how actually a system call works. Okay, this was the theory. Okay, let's see what are we going to do today. There are many types of system calls present for different types of functionalities and processes. For example, you can see here for process control, for device manipulation, for file manipulation, and so on. So these system calls here are for Windows, and these one right here are for Linux. And obviously, we are working in Linux, so we are going to use these. Today, we are going to use system calls for file manipulation. That means for file handling. So actually, we are just going to do this, and it's very easy.